Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is smash the like button the way that female high school teachers smash their students, so this video reaches a wider audience. And now on with the memes. Number 1, tell me you're racist without telling me you're racist. Key here wonders how to change her Amber Alert settings so she only gets alerts about colored kids. Maybe someone can figure out a way to make money from something like an ebony alert system. Actually, they already have something like that in California to address the disproportionate number of missing black kids and young people. It became law back in 2024. That sounds like preferential treatment and not equality. Up next is their new hope for Indians that aren't being given H-1B visas by the Trump administration. Looks like Canada's now trying to woo some of them in. What are they supposed to do here? We don't even have tech companies for them to be employed at. Besides, if they aren't worth paying $100 grand for in America, then why would Canadian tech companies want the leftovers? Simple. It's US tech companies with offices in Canada that will sponsor them to come here instead. Lucky us. Even more Jeets. Number 3, is this really what women do when they find their man's pee on the toilet seat? If she's a woman that's into things like 1 cup and 2 girls, then maybe she'd actually want you to pour your liquid gold all over her in the bedroom as well. After the whole Tylenol debacle where Trump told pregnant women not to take the medication, maybe he should go out now and tell them not to drink their own urine. And then we can let the games begin. Moving on, when will the blackwashing stop? This person says that Cleopatra was white and not black, as depicted in the series. Jesse says the original Egyptians were black and that Alexander the Great just took the title from the Egyptians, but that the original ones were jet black. No, they weren't. When will this "we was kings" rumor finally go away? We took samples of the pharaoh's DNA and it looks closer to European and West Asians than Africans or the current Egyptian population. Number 5, this 47-year-old single woman doesn't have any children and wonders who's going to look after her when she gets older. The cat in the background and the others in her apartment will probably eat her when she dies, and starts to melt into her lazy boy. Maybe she can take care of herself when she gets old because she's strong and independent. If she's in Canada in a nursing home, she'll be taken care of by a nice Jamaican woman that'll beat her when she makes too much noise. Up next, this woman says that real men have a happy woman and the rest have a strong woman. How does one even define a strong woman these days? She's probably bossy and tells you what to do because she sees you as being beneath her. The happy one is the one that married a rich Chad, that basically maintains frame. But she's only happy for a short time. She will eventually get complacent no matter how good her man is and start bossing him around and belittling him. That's what they do. Number 7, here we have a high-value woman saying that she just divorced her husband but all his assets are in his mother's name. And he quit his job so she won't be able to divorce scrape him and feels like she wasted her time. Her attorney no longer wants her case either. I guess that now that she's going to be broke, she's not so high value anymore. She says she looks like she wasted her time, more like she was wasting his time and this is just projection. Moving on, this guy thinks outside the box. He found his girlfriend's Tinder account and he sees an undeveloped asset. So he scheduled 42 dates for her at his restaurant where it's $40 for parking. The guys aren't happy with the restaurant his girlfriend chose, but I suppose all is fair in love and war with this pimp mentality. The guys won't even be suspicious because these days most women date guys for foodie calls or free dinners. This is what you call softcore prostitution. Number 9, this 19-year-old student and scout leader went for a walk in Paris at lunchtime, in what should have been the safest part of the city. But a 22-year-old Moroccan who was already convicted of rape and should have been in prison also raped her and ended her. They found her partially buried. The court said they couldn't deport him because Morocco refused to accept him back. Maybe we need to reintroduce this old French tradition. Up next, The Guardian says that COVID vaccines might raise the risk of cancer. Yet don't say. This has to be a lie. Because how can something that was barely tested on humans and given to most of the population be so awful, causing breast and prostate cancer? Surely our own authorities and leaders wouldn't do this to us. I told people not to get it and they didn't listen, and I was mocked, censored, and shunned from society because I wouldn't get the jibby jab. Number 11, also in the UK, the British police won't arrest illegals committing crimes, but they will arrest you for talking about it online. The police no longer enforce the law, but instead enforce authorities' control and defend the narrative. Even George Orwell couldn't have imagined things getting this bad. Actually, this is more a narco-tyranny. Refusing to control the criminals is anarchy, while controlling the innocent is tyranny. Moving on, I hate to say this, but I think the best thing that ever could have happened to Elon Musk is for his son to have gone trans. After that, he just had to buy Twitter and fight the woke mind virus. Now he's saying anyone who sterilizes a kid before they are consenting adults should be going to prison for life. I agree. Ironically, Elon also consented to his son's surgery, who now lives as a girl, but he admits that it was a mistake. It takes a lot of balls to admit you're wrong about lobbing your son's balls off. Number 13 Eve here asks why grown men are still playing video games, and Ken says because it's a little escape from reality. The same as women wearing fake up. The reason women like her ask this question is to shame us, by implying that grown men shouldn't be playing video games in the first place. And it's actually an activity for immature dudes. Women hate competing for a man's attention, and maybe Eve here is traumatized because her man would rather play video games than be traumatized by her when she uses him as an emotional tampon. Up next, Rollo Tomasi says that this is the red pill circa 2010, and the tradcucks will claim that the guy on the right is the real winner, because he has a kid with her. Meanwhile, the guy on the left got to plow her at her best. The guy on the right is a simp, but he gets the woman after she's been run through, and now she's fat, saggy, and wrinkled. Looks like the wall came hard and fast, just like her simp husband. He's just playing the part of Captain Save-A-Ho now. Number 15 looks like Harvard has fallen as they hire a drag queen named Lahore Vagistan as a visiting professor. And no, it's not a fake story. I guess these days you don't send your kid to college to learn anything. You just hope they come back and don't get indoctrinated and come back with a degree and credentials so they can get a decent job. As for that drag queen, who would be willingly naming themselves that? Maybe it's just their Halloween costume or something. Moving on, these two guys are more trusted with your money than any member of government. After all, Arizona iced tea is still $1, and so are Costco hot dogs. Costco makes all of its money from membership fees, it seems. They usually sell everything else at break-even or close to it. Or so the rumor goes. If the IKEA founder was still alive, he'd probably be here, even though apparently he was all for Mr. Mustache during WW2. The CEO of Costco once said he wanted to raise the price of Costco hot dogs, and the founder said, "I'll end you if you do." Number 17, this Kentucky woman that caused $1,000 in damage during a rampage at Little Caesars did it all because she was told she would be charged for extra sauce. She looks like just the type, and stereotypes exist for a reason. Imagine how pathetic you have to be sent to jail for not getting some extra sauce for free. In a plot twist of irony, at Little Caesars the sauce is actually called crazy sauce. I guess she really went crazy for it. Up next, Stefan Molyneux makes the argument that if Indians set foot in England, they become English, then logically, the English who set foot in India in the past became Indians as well. Therefore, the English never ruled India. Just like I'm sure that the Muslims and Jeets won't rule England one day either. This is the level of crazy town that we're living in. Meanwhile, in America, one of these women is pretending to be an Indian, and the other is pretending not to be. Number 19, the married teacher accused of having scream mask orgies now faces 50 more charges as more accusers come forward. She doesn't look so smug in that mugshot now, does she? And that's one definite butterface looking photo. She tried so hard to hide it in regular life with fake up and a tan. At least we all know what she did last summer. This story makes it sound like she's going to be heavily punished, but since she's a woman, I suspect she's going to be let off with a slap on the wrist. Moving on, someone says that this is their Thanksgiving Day turkey last year, and since then they aren't allowed to make Thanksgiving dinner anymore. If I ever throw Thanksgiving dinner parties, I'll do it, and I'm sure all the men will laugh, and the women will scream and try and cover the eyes of the children. You know, this has to be the ultimate MGTOW turkey. I'd have to stuff it with a giant salami as a finishing touch to show everyone that it's been run through. Number 21, Kelly says, "Dear men, instead of asking about her body count, maybe you could be a man enough to make her forget about all the others. Looks like someone's been riding the rooster roller coaster, and now no man wants to settle down with her. So she's trying to shame men that ask about body counts. What a world we're living in, with men being shamed because we don't want to sleep with whores. Can you imagine if a man said, 'Make me a sandwich so I forget about all of my exes'?" Up next, this plus-size influencer is pissed off because she got stuck in a revolving door and the airport staff just ignored her. Maybe they need to start putting oversized warning labels on the revolving doors now. You must be only this wide to go inside. And the airport might have to make it mandatory for their staff to walk around with WD-40 in holsters. If a person ever needed a sign that they should lose weight, then they definitely got one here. Number 23, The Guardian says that men seem to make life worse for women because they are having trouble dating men. If men are so bad, then why are women still dating us? Why don't they just stay strong and independent and get some cats like a normal person? It's funny that women still believe that it's men's duty to make her life better. Meanwhile, at the same time, they believe it's a woman's duty to make a man's life worse. That's why we're staying the hell away from them. Moving on, here's another woe is me story from women saying that American working women are being erased. How exactly are they being erased from work when more women than ever are working these days? Stories like this are all about making women appear to be the victims, even when they aren't. Then again, maybe BS jobs are actually being destroyed because of inefficiencies in AI. I'm pretty sure we've all seen the videos of women working at tech startups where they do nothing all day. Number 25 and the last one, this black woman on the left got plastic surgery and bleached her skin so she would look white. Imagine the surprise of her Caucasian husband outside the delivery room. He must have been livid. That wouldn't end well for her, though. She even looks better than the Wayans white girl's makeup. This woman made herself into a Build-A-Karen. Here's another comparison picture from her Instagram so you see that she's real and actually passes for white to some extent. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate at the PayPal and Subscribe Star links. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.